What's going on? We're back today with war number 2 against Apoco here. They are definitely a contender for Masters and on occasion top 3 alliance. So definitely this is a tough war for us. And in this war, I'm again part of the boss rush team, and I'm going to be on path 7 in section 1 and path 3 in section 2. And I also have a couple mini bosses to take on here. So to start things off, I have this fight here of Human Torch against Longshot on path 7 where he has Kinetic Transference and also Power Bond. Obviously the things that I need to keep an eye on here is if he has a high Mystic Dispersion and I'm trying to bait specials that he's going to apply the bad karma on me and nullify my dexterity. I definitely need to keep an eye on that and manage my power. Aside from that, the Kinetic Transference, I have to also be mindful of that and not be blocking too many hits and trying to bait either the special 1 or special 2. As long as I'm prepared for that, I don't have any issues evading either of those specials. So you see that I'll try to cycle through whatever he's throwing at me at the time. There's one moment later in the video that I wasn't ready with the timing on the special 2 and I ended up blocking the second hit of it, that he drops the thing from the ceiling on the stage onto you. However, this is a pretty straightforward fight and he didn't really provide any trouble. I didn't prefer to use any of my pre-fights on him because I had to save that up for Mojo Miniboss, and this was a fight that definitely, with him just being a mystic, he would melt quick. So here's that special 2 that I evaded the first hit and then I was a little off on the timing for the second one. But no big deal. His health was melting, so that was a clean fight on my end. Moving up into section 2, I have this Killmonger on path 3. He has explosive personality and the enhanced armor up and heavy handed that increases his special attack damage based on the armor ups. And this is a pretty straightforward fight for Cosmic Ghost Rider. I didn't even boost with an advanced power boost or any cosmic boost because I knew that if I just did his regular rotation I would get to my special 2 pretty quickly and the damage would be enough to just finish him off. And since this is a fight that allows me to parry, it's much easier for me to control not using my dexterity to not have the big damage payoff from the special 2. And right here was a perfect timing that I reset my judgments right after my first special 2, so the damage was still pretty neat for me and then I could cycle through my second special 2 and finish him quickly. I just love bringing Cosmic Ghost Rider to Alliance Wars whenever I have a chance to. At this point in the war, I was the last 2 minis remaining to open the boss for a person in a later time zone than me to take, so I was trying to rush through. I was sitting in my car in the parking lot and I come to my senses now that I shouldn't have taken the fight, trying to rush through it just to open the boss since we had plenty of time. So with that in mind, not reading through the notes carefully and just trying to get into the fight, I forgot that he had the special 1. So I already ate 1 there. It's not ideal. Luckily, I was boosted enough to not die just for making that mistake. But again, here I'm vexing. I'm all over the place with this fight. And basically, I just bit him up out of, Torch being a cheese to Mojo and not as much my competence. But with that embarrassing fight out of the way, I had a couple minutes here to recollect myself and retain my focus. So I went into this Doctor Strange with Magik. Obviously, there's not a lot of secrets here if you have the advanced power boost. Obviously, he gains power so much quicker here, but with the combos and the parries that I was doing, I got to my special 2 before he could throw his first special 1. The only other thing that you have to keep in mind here that I've seen some people mess up before is that they save their special 2 too long, and because Doctor Strange has his regular buffs, that would benefit Mystic Dispersion whenever he's cycling through his next blessing. And I run 3 points in Mystic Dispersion, so I figured that I would keep an eye on that and try to throw my special 2s as soon as I had those. So other than that, it's a pretty straightforward fight. Parry, combo, get to your special 2, rinse and repeat. So we did end up losing this war. Apoco did an outstanding job and only dropping 3 stats to our defense, and we had 6 stats. So that's a job well done for them, and congratulations. This doesn't take us out of the equation for top 3. It just makes us have a little less of a breathing room for later in the season. However, we're going to keep our heads up and then continue doing a good job and then regrouping for us to continue on the right track for the rest of the season. Alright, so trying something new here that I normally don't do here on the channel, but one of the tasks that I had that kept me busy during the off season and as part of the agreement into joining New Nation is that I was going to finish my final Abyss runs, and then I got that done. It was a pretty much of a grind, but I had a bunch of resources saved, 400 plus crystals plus some units, and then I had to load a couple Odins that, it was a perfect timing with the spring cleaning. But here I had my 6 stones here, not a lot of things to expect here, just trying to get a good spread around. Obviously, what I'm chasing for here are a bunch of Mystic Stones or Mutant, so I can use those into Sunspot and Doctor Doom to help with my prestige. Um, Sunspot is almost close to 156 now, so that's definitely ideal for me when I get him to max sig. Doctor Doom, I had just pulled him before I went into the Abyss, so my expectation here is with the crystal that I'm going to be opening from the Nexus from Abyss is that I'll go for the Mystic class and try to pull Doom so that I can save my generic gem. And other than that, with the T5C here, I don't really have a lot of expectations. I already have tax, so that additional pull does not a lot for me. I have Ghost and Guillotine 2099 as some options, so I'll keep those in mind. But other than that, I'm trying to just get, some different classes that I don't have quite a lot. Skill is one of those that I don't have, and then another one that would have been nice is Science. But I'll take the ones that I got for sure. So with the 30k 6-star shards that I got from exploring the Abyss, I decided to go for a couple features here. My top picks would be obviously to get Silver Surfer in the occasion that I can dupe Doom naturally from the Nexus, or that I could also get Immortal Abomination because he's just a cool champion that I've been looking forward to getting, and I don't even have the 5-star yet. So here the wheel's almost stopping, and then he goes into Colossus, which he's not a bad champion, but at the same time I have so many mutants already ranked, so for the time being he's just going to be a bench warmer for me. But I'm definitely pumped to have one mutant that I appreciate, even though a lot of people think he's overrated. So moving on to the next crystal, again trying to get those picks that I have in mind, but there's quite a good amount of decent champions in here, and it ends up stopping into Howard the Duck. I know that he's quite fun and has some utility into his buff, but I haven't spent too much time to test him out. And obviously, even though I have that additional attack T5C, unless for defense purposes I could find a spot for him, he won't do much for my current roster. So moving on here to the Abyss Nexus Crystal, my top pick absolutely is Doctor Doom to help with my prestige. And I guess the compensating reward from here would definitely be Claire or Tigra. I also wouldn't mind Sorcerer Supreme, but here are the options that I have. Let's see. Wow. There are 2 good options here between Doctor Doom and Tigra. So that puts me in a tight spot because I absolutely love Tigra. She's such a cool champion, and I've been chasing that 6-star, and she's been running away from me. But coming into this crystal here, I knew that Doctor Doom would be the best choice for my account on the long run. My decision and where my mind is headed is that I want to make sure that if I were to pick Tigra and even go with my generic Awakening Gem into Doom, that's already 20 signature stones that I pretty much waste on my prestige. The other thing to consider with Tigra is that ideally you want to have her with a high signature level so that you can ramp up her quicker. And I already have a Magik 5-star that serves the purpose that I need from Tigra at the moment. Obviously going to a new alliance that's high pressure with, a lot of tough opponents, I'm not going to be risking myself and bringing Tigra without having the proper confidence to use her in attack. So it was a no-brainer that I had to go with Doom and just have to postpone my dream of owning a 6-star Tigra and eventually, a 6-star rank 3, because I would definitely try to rank her up as soon as I had her that I could dupe. And even unduped, I would, probably still rank her up and, practice and get better using her. So right here, I'm just going to start dumping some ISOs into Doom and ranking him, taking him to rank 2. I am still a few fragments away from being able to rank 3 my Doctor Doom, so that's something that will come up in the next few days. As of today that I have, gone through opening the reset crystal from the Glory store and the solo objectives from the side quests from April, I wasn't able to get the last 10% that I needed. But that will come in due time, and obviously Doctor Doom is going to go to rank 3 right away. So in the meantime, I hope that you enjoyed the video and with the rewards here, and let me know what you thought on my luck, on how some of that opening went. Please leave a like, and I'll see you the next time with another war video.